I've got a cough drop in because I was just screaming so much. It hurts my voice to yell. But anyway, VBS is going. It's all happening out there. We might be able to talk about that in a second.
Okay.
But we're going to be good. We're going to be good boys today.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we're actually going to talk about, God forbid it, the message, the sermon from yesterday.
Up front.
We're going to talk about it.
We usually throw a little bit in there.
We're going to just at the end for the true faithful, right?
Yeah.
So this was a really, I got to say, this text, you only had us read verse 32 and 33.
Yes.
Which is, if you acknowledge me, I'll acknowledge you.
Yes.
But if you don't,
I
basically,
won't.
you're
That's
out
it.
of luck.
Yeah.
Out of luck. But you were looking at the context of most of the chapter.
Yeah, because most of the chapter this is called the mission discourse.
Yes.
In Matthew's gospel, and it deals with Jesus prepping the disciples to go out and preach, which is what Mark in Mark chapter 3 verse 14 he tells us,
Calls
or
the
it
12
is said,
to him.
that was his purpose from the very beginning. When he called the 12, that was the day that he named the 12. He called them to himself so that they might be with him and that he might send them out to preach.
Which a lot of people lose sight of that, I think.
Yeah, they do, because rabbis didn't do that.
Right.
There were no other rabbis that sent their disciples out to take the message. All the disciples of other rabbis just learned to quote they memorized what their rabbi taught, and they would just quote it.
There was a prophetic element for the apostles, right? Like they go around with the word of the Lord, speaking to people in that
I
way.
guess you could say there's a prophetic element in the sense that they were taking the gospel out.
Well, especially just because that was countercultural at the time.
Yeah.
And you really zeroed in on the counterculture thing. Your second point was confession will be required in the midst of crisis.
Yeah.
You talked a lot about,
and the nation was in crisis. They felt like they were in constant crisis. It's kind of like America today. It's a crisis every day. They were in crisis because they were dominated by the Roman Empire. And they had absolutely no say-so in what went on or what happened or, about their daily lives. They never knew what the Romans were going to come in and mandate next, just like we kind of feel like we do. We have no idea what's going to come in next, what's going to be the next thing.
Well, that's why I bring it up, because it's such a clear application to the state of our nation
I think
today.
so. Yeah, I think so. And as I told you, this chapter is broken in two parts. The first 15 verses happens to be Jesus' instruction for these disciples as they go out on mission. And beginning in verse 16 to the end of the chapter, it really almost shifts and looks at the coming church and what's going to happen to the church isn't born until Pentecost, after the resurrection of Christ. But here Jesus is really speaking about, that coming era, that coming age.
Well, and I think that's, if I'm not mistaken, that's when he starts to talk about how he's not to bring peace, but a sword.
Yeah,
what is this age to come going to look like?
Well, he makes that clear because that's what they kept wanting him to be. They were wanting him to be the
sword of war,
this military Messiah. And in fact, the day that we call Palm Sunday, that everything they were doing was basically a shout, take over the kingdom.
Right.
Take it right now. Lead an insurrection against the Romans.
Right, we're ready to follow you.
Yeah, and that's why the Pharisees and all were out there, saying, hey, calm these people down because the Romans are watching and listening to this. Waving that palm branch it's like waving, the Texas flag over the Alamo. We're here to fight.
That's
kind of deal.
Right. It's almost like this act of war, or an act of rebellion. But Jesus doesn't receive that. His role as the sword is maybe to divide even families against themselves, just because of how divisive his message can be.
What he says is, for those that will confess me before men, I'll confess before my Father. Those that deny me before men, I'll deny him before my Father. And then the very next thing is he comes and he says, don't think that I've come to bring peace. I did not come to bring peace, but a sword. And then immediately he goes into, I've come, for I came to set a man against his father and a daughter against his mother and a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. and a man's enemies will be members of his own household. Now, what he was saying was this, not that if you confess me as Lord, you have to go and dispose yourself of your family. That's not what he's saying. What he's saying is this, is that your confession of faith in me as Lord is going to split families.
Yes, and
because
sadly
there
it
are going
does.
to be those who are going to say, we're not going to, you're not going to do that here. We're not putting up with that. It's not for us to go in and just, push our families away. It's the fact that if you confess Christ, there's going to be a dad or a mom and dad or a sister or brother that's going to say, I don't believe that stuff and don't bring that in here.
Yeah, and you gave some examples of that. It happens even in our own congregation.
Yes.
I guess.
It happens in churches. I've had it happen in my ministry where they've come and they've sat down and said, I have got a terrible problem at home. I follow Christ and my husband absolutely does not, and he doesn't want me at church, and he doesn't, those kind of things. I've had the same thing with kids saying, if I go home and tell my parents, it's going to blow the roof off the house.
It's interesting the way the Holy Spirit lined it up yesterday, because that really is a praise that costs you something. And that was something that we talked about as we were singing.
You talked about as you were singing, yeah.
So the fact that lined up perfectly with the text, it seemed like the Spirit was really trying to tell us something. So I guess finishing up with going back to what he says in verse 32 and 33, like this reminder, and I feel like we need this reminder in this day when it's everyone in the secular culture wants to believe, well, everybody's basically good and there's many ways to heaven. Yeah. And Jesus slams the door on this yet again when he says, if you deny me specifically and me alone, I'm going to deny you. Yeah. Like that is part of eternity to come. And it's a scary thing.
There's so many things that we've gone through in this series that keeps driving back the point, there's no way to salvation except by Christ. There are not other ways,
So where are you going from here? Are you going to? Or is it more the I wills?
Well, no, I'm going back over to John 14 that we were in with the I ams.
Yeah.
But I'm coming back over here because Jesus comes and he says, I will not leave you as orphans. I will come to you. And so I'm going to look at the role of the Holy Spirit. I'm going to look at what Jesus is saying here, and following up on Matthew chapter 10, where Jesus makes just this a very serious statement about those who confess me, and he's wanting us to be public about this. We feel like, this is a hard thing, it's a difficult thing. Everybody thinks religion is personal, it's private, you don't talk about it.
They love to say that.
Jesus comes and he says, listen, I'm not going to leave you alone. I will not leave you as orphans. I will come to you. I'm going to be with you in this. Every time you go to witness, everything you're going to say, I'm going to be with you.
That's a beautiful
thing.
That's, I'm looking forward to hearing about that.
And I didn't plan it this way. It's just the way the Holy Spirit, I hope and pray the way the Holy Spirit is leading me. And I think, because I yesterday was kind of hard sermon. You
gave us an insight into your preparation yesterday that you've never even said before, though.
Yeah. Well, Jesus says when you sit under a teacher, a student's going to be like his teacher. But this to me comes back with an assurance. Yes, Jesus said a very hard word.
Yeah.
But now here is the tender side.
Yes.
That Jesus says, I'm not going to just fly off and leave you.
Yeah, he's both of these things.
He's going away. This, by the way, is the farewell discourse.
Right.
I'm going away, but you need to understand, I'm not leaving you alone.
I hope that I hope that you'll have time to help the congregation make that connection, because that is a really beautiful thing, brother.
Yeah.
So I got to tell you, VBS is going on right now.
Is it ever?
And as much as I would love here to just stay and chit chat with you even more, I was thinking for the first time ever, we should try to take this show on the road and go out among the people.
Go out
and just see what's happening. The people. Yes, and just see how rejected we are.
Go out there. They'll attack you.
Let's go see how much they attack us. Let's go see. Let's walk around. Let's go see the snack people.
Yes.
Let's go to the
Let's
game.
go to the snack people.
Let's walk out to game time and wave at people, and let's go to one class. We'll be done in 10 or 12 minutes. And then you can get back to.
I got to study. Sunday's coming. Mm-hmm. Are y'all already snacking?
No, it's
y'all
just
are
the
doing
craft room.
crafts.
Do you guys get to eat this stuff afterwards? No.
Oh, I thought
When I
y'all
was your
were
age, I always
snacking
ate the
in here.
glue.
Good.
Ah, the picnic area.
That's what I want to find. Hello, everybody.
We can take you to the nurses' station afterwards if you need to.
I think we're good.
Okay. Beware of the ants.
They're
Look,
in here snacking.
I knew we'd find my wife in here. It's snack time, Lauren Bullis. Hey, you're on the sermon recap.
What's up? What's up?
Why are you guys running?
I've just got to come and investigate.
It's your first ever appearance on the sermon recap,
Oh.
which she watches all the time.
Is it good?
Yes, and I only ate
Carson showed me, and I got to
this. This is what's good.
I bet it is.
I had that.
I think
I
if
bet
you
that
have
banana
this,
nut-
sit down with a cup of coffee.
Well, that's the thing. I need black coffee.
Pastor, how many of these things would Miss Debbie slap your hand away from?
I'm getting these, so
Okay.
there's nothing
Is
to.
there? Hey, Mr. Wayne, is this really Rockstar Energy drinks? I was gonna say that would have been weird.
Weird.
Yeah, our health secretary would
yeah.
not have approved that one.
Keep Pastor in the energy drinks.
Yeah. Pastor, do you want to get an energy drink?
Oh, yeah.
People, you need
I'll
to.
take a water.
How much money would you guys pay to
I
watch
had
him
so much
chug a
coffee
Rockstar
this
before
morning.
preaching one Sunday? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, thank you.
That would be so funny. So we got to go find Jamie because she'll be able to tell us how many kids are here.
You think
But-
she knows?
But can
I don't
you
know how you
believe
can
can you
count all.
believe the organization in here? Like they have this many volunteers.
Well, they're all calm
They have-
because they're in here eating.
Is this a recap?
It's trying to be.
Part of it.
Jason
Yeah.
Simpson.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know a thing or
Hey.
two about a camera.
Is it going to rain today?
It is not.
It is not going to rain today.
Thank the Lord. May is gone. Where is Jamie? She needs to give us an update on what's going on here.
There she is.
There she
She's
is.
sitting at the desk.
Miss Jamie, you're part. Here, let's go behind the desk. Miss Jamie, you're officially part of the sermon recap right now.
Oh, what a blessing.
It's your
Oh.
first ever appearance.
You got,
excited.
you
Pastor,
got,
come have a seat.
you got a total of 15 people watching.
Hi, 15 people. Hi, 15 people.
So I was trying to tell Pastor that we actually have more than 15 people here at VBS.
We
How
have-
many do you have?
Okay, so we had 477 children registered. We have about 250 volunteers, and then we have over 50 preschoolers that are volunteer kids downstairs in preschool VBS.
This is a lot of people.
So they're working on attendance right now. We don't know the exact number yet, but we're
It's
getting
1,000.
It's not.
It seemed like 1,000
That sounds
in
like
there.
a Baptist number. I don't think it's 1,000.
Tell all the people at home our theme verse for the week.
So the theme verse is Psalm 34:3. Proclaim the Lord's greatness with me. Let us exalt
Called his name together.
I
One of my
always wanna say
favorites.
forever
Oh,
at
Miss
the end.
Emily's. Oh, sorry, Mrs. Dottie's here.
So
What-
that's our verse, and we are so excited.
What are we going to do next year when we have 100 more? We're going to have to open up one of these walls.
Pastor, are you eating on the recap?
Yeah. Why not?
I don't know what we're gonna do, Pastor. I can't think about that today because I'm thinking about today.
I'm just gonna. Y'all just keep. You can.
Well,
keep
that's
on.
what a pastor does. He thinks down
yes,
the
you are
road.
absolutely right. You are casting that vision. We're gonna just stack them on top of each other, I think.
Well, they were stacked in there on top of each other this
I
morning.
know it.
I've never
All
seen
right,
that
let's
many
leave
kids
Miss
in there.
Jamie alone. We got to go out to game time.
All right.
All right. Oh, we're going out. We're going outside
I
too.
need those numbers on my desk.
We're working.
Sorry, that's a sermon recap joke. Hey, sweetie.
One seat. That's company I right there.
Hey, Pastor Jeff.
Pastor Mike.
How
good
are
to see
you?
Good to see you.
Good to see
You want to come
y'all.
on the recap?
Hey.
Pastor
How are
Jeff,
you?
300 episodes and counting that he had successfully avoided the recap.
Yes.
And we finally got you.
Yeah.
Finally, we had to go mobile.
Just say.
We had to go mobile to make it happen. Pastor, you want to ride in the Gator? They left the keys in it.
Oh man, yeah. Can you drive it?
I don't know. We're about to find
Do you have a license? Do you know how to do it?
out. I don't know. Let's see.
We are in the Valleydale Gator.
How do you get? Where's the?
Right here.
Oh yeah, let that go.
There.
Here's the parking brake. There we go. This is fine, right?
Yeah, this is
How fast does this thing go?
3 miles an hour. Run, run, run! Run, Forrest!
I'm not even sure if I'm allowed to be in this thing.
Y'all want an orange? Anybody want a cutie?
Shouldn't have left the key in it, right?
That's right, it's their fault.
Your fault.
That's what we'll tell the insurance company.
Yeah.
What game are you guys playing? Sharks and Minnows. What drink did they give you out here? Oh my goodness. No, he does not. Hey, nice hat. I like that.
Disciples trying to catch people and people running.
Oh, you're making them fishers of men.
Tackle them, man. Just tackle
I
them.
like that. Uh-oh, Miss Molly caught us. Let's get out of here. Nah! All right, let's put this.
Hey, stop for a minute. Let me see if I pull this thing back up into neutral there. I think that's where it's supposed to be.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it'll really fly now.
Ed, I can't believe they just left the keys in this thing. Yeah, come on in, bud.
Touch it. Touch the green gator. Touch the green gator. That's a good question.
All right, I think that's some decent content for you. All right, thanks, Pastor.
Kirkwood was a little hemmed up in that thing. Hey, what's that?
He left me hanging.
What is that?
What's up?
Good work, Phelps. We just stole the gator. That was kind of fun.
Kirkwood. Good morning, sir. How's everything?
Everything's great. We're just having fun. We're just messing around. Pastor, did you give your mic back?